Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is fight week, ladies and gentlemen. By the time you guys get this video, it'll probably be the day before the fight, and we got a whole card to break down, a bunch of predictions we're going to put out there, and let's get straight into it. First fight of the night, we got Frank Martin. Y'all probably remember Frank from what Tank did to him. Some nasty shit, put him to sleep. But as soon as he woke up from that Tank nap, he put Bartholomew in the dirt, gave him City off rip.
Breaking through in the first round. And there it is.
Shit was beautiful. Nahir Albright, y'all probably remember him from beating Kelvin Davis and then immediately getting jumped in the back by the whole Davis family. That shit was crazy. And this is a pretty decent fight. I do have Frank Martin winning a decision. I think Nahir Albright's really tough, and he's going to be tough to knock out. I mean, he's been in there with Keyshawn Davis, who was one of the biggest punchers at 135 to 140. I see Frank Martin's fluidity and combination punching getting it done against Nahir, who's just a very awkward fighter, who's not bad, but he's just very awkward. I do think he's tough enough to make it to the 12th round. But it should be a good scrap, man. It should be a good scrap. I see Frank getting it done by probably UD. Next, we got Garry Russell versus Andy Hiraoka. This for the WBA championship at 140. And this is the most interesting fight on the card, at least for me. Gary's coming off that impressive win against El Rayo, where he just put hands and feet on that boy for a 12-round UD. Andy Hiraoka is coming off a knockout victory against Ishmael Barroso. If y'all don't know Ishmael Barroso, he's the dude that got robbed against Rolly, the old dude that looked like someone's granddad in there. If Andy could keep Gary Antuanne Russell at the end of his punches by using that long jab that he has, he could make this a very short night. You can make this, like, the dogs are live on this fight card. The dogs are live. You can make this a very short night because Puello was touching Gary Antuanne Russell quite a bit, and Puello can't punch like Andy can. I'm gonna tell you right now, if he doesn't stay defensively responsible, we will see an early night from Andy Hiraoka. He's gonna put Gary Russell down. But the difference between Puello and Andy is that Puello is much more defensively responsible. I see openings with Andy. When he jabs, he kind of pulls back his hand, kind of like the old habit that Devin Haney had when he'd like do the bow and arrow effect when he jabs. Andy got some of that too. I ain't gonna lie. I do have Gary Antuanne Russell beating Hiraoka by decision. I think his footwork is good enough to get him on the inside where he could rattle off some mean combinations. And Gary has some of the fastest hands in all of boxing and throws very fluid in combination. Also, keep your eye out for that gazelle hook that Gary be throwing, especially since Andy is not very responsible with his left hand after he jabs. So keep your eye out for that. He could get it done too. I could see Gary knocking him out. Like, I'm not very impressed by Hiroka's defense. And Hiraoka has a very good jab, but with Gary's extensive amateur background, like he fought Boots, he fought Hitchins, like he's seen good jabs. I feel like he'll be able to get out of the way and, put hands on Andy. I have Gary Antuanne Russell by decision. Next, we got Richardson Hitchins versus Oscar Duarte. Fuck, man! Initially, I did have Hitchins beating Oscar Duarte by decision because I still do believe he has the better pure boxing ability and the better skills and the jab, but I just feel like Hitchins struggles against pressure fighters. And if you saw his fight versus Lemos, he cannot take those punches from Oscar Duarte. Oscar Duarte is a bigger, more skilled version of Lemos. And not to mention, he has Robert Garcia in his corner. Duarte coming off a majority decision win against Kenneth Sims Jr., who isn't on the level of Richardson Hitchins, obviously, but it's a very good fight to get you ready for Richardson Hitchins, if you know what I'm saying. Hitchins can make this fight look extremely easy if he just stayed off the ropes and controlled Duarte with his jab. But I think his willingness to fight, he even said it. He was like, I could fight on the inside. I could fight in the pocket versus Duarte. That's not, bro, look at me in my, that's not the fucking play, bro. That's not the play. That is not the play. I think Richardson Hitchins is too willing to stay in the pocket and fight.
Devin Haney, fuck you, nigga, let's fight.
And I don't think that's going to benefit him. I think he should move the pocket, use his jab to control Duarte, stick that jab to the body, make him gas out, hopefully in the later rounds. But yeah, I do think Duarte gets it done, maybe by a late knockout. Hitchins cannot take those same punches from Duarte that he was taking from Lemos.
Am I sure about this? Fuck no.
Honestly, Hitchins should win. He's the favorite for a reason. But styles make fights, and I just think it's a bad style matchup for Hitchins. We got Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios for the WBC belt at 147. I'm going to be frank with you guys. If Ryan Garcia loses this fight, Put the fries in the bag, bro. Put the fucking fries in the bag, bro. I'm not doing this with him. I'm not, like, he looks ripped. He looks in shape. This is probably the most serious I've seen him take a fight in a very long time. Probably since Duarte. They already tried giving Ryan the easiest fight in the division, which is Rolly Ramirez, and he actually fumbled that, which absurd. Now they're giving Ryan Barrios. In Barrios' last 2 fights, he's drawed twice. He drawed with Abel Sanchez, who's bro, and a 96-year-old Manny Pacquiao.
I can't unsee that in my head.
I'm actually traumatized by it. Barrios' limited head movement isn't his friend in this fight. Like, this is going to get him into serious trouble. If you can't get out of the way of that left hook, it's going to land. And say what you want about Ryan. He's technically flawed. He's a cheater. He's this, he's that. That left hook is one of the most dangerous punches in all of boxing. And if it lands, you're going to sleep. I see Ryan getting out Barrios, and probably by like the 6th round. I really don't see this fight lasting. I like Barrios. He's a good dude. Comes to fight, always puts on a show. But this is going to be a bad night for Barrios. I see him getting stopped by some nasty shit. That's my full breakdown and fight predictions. I'm going to be streaming this live on YouTube. Sub to that. Come join the show. Like, let's have a party. See y'all Saturday. Let's go.